Is it recording?
It's recording.
It's live?
Yes.
All right. Hey guys, Justice Curry with you in studio. I have a special guest, but unfortunately she's not going to allow me to show herself, but she can still talk. Say hi, Ma.
Hi.
Hey, my mother is in town. She was watching our kids while my wife and I took a little trip to Chicago. Yes, Chicago. The Kane County Toy Show is the biggest toy show in the world. I've done past videos. If you want to see tours of it, just type in Kane County, Kane, and you'll see some amazing videos of tours that I've done there. I didn't do a tour of it this year, but I want to show you the epic toys that I got. Now, COVID's happening right now, so you might watch this 5-10 years from now, and COVID will be in the history books and whatnot. Hopefully, we'll be past this craziness. So there's certain safety precautions. They spread it out, made the venue huge. Obviously, covering, social distancing was in play. But let's not talk about all this. This is a vacation from the real world problems that we have. Yes, toy collecting action figures. Now, I came in there on Friday. Saturday was the setup day, so you could pay the $50 and come in while the vendors are setting up, and you can get some early bird kind of specials. So let's kind of take a look. Don't be cheating yet. I want to go through everything that I but right when I walked into the parking lot, like, come here, look at this. This was the very first. Can you see that all right? I don't want you to zoom in. Just get closer, because then you'll forget.
Yeah, right.
And tell me what people are saying. Okay, so there's the parking lot of people way back there. I mean, there's hundreds of cars, and you can get there pretty early while people are waiting to get in, and there is dealings going on. So my wife dropped me off in the parking lot 7 a.m. Chicago time, so it was like 6 a.m. my time. And I was going car to car. My hands were freezing. I could barely pull out my money.
Hi from Australia.
Hey, Australia, how you doing? And immediately I'm seeing a bunch of friends and people, but we're all looking for the same kind of deals. That thrill of the hunt that you guys have, probably at garage sales, toy shows, thrifting, what have you. I love that thrill of the hunt. And the thrill of the hunt paid off in the beginning because one of my buddies came and said, hey, do you need some Heman? And I love Heman. I love him. And I love having extra inventory. So if you ever need some vintage Heman figures, not the expensive Scare Glow Twistoids, I rarely ever have those, but, you know, a complete He-Man. I got He-Man, or if you need, Stink or Moss Man, Spike or, just hit me up on Facebook, Justice Curry. I always have tons of inventory, but I started buying a few from my buddy, and then this old man was in his vehicle. He's like, oh, what are you looking for? And I told him, He-Man, G.I. Joe, Ninja Turtles, those are the three things that I'm passionate about and love. He's like, well, I got this weird Ninja Turtle store display you might like. And I'm like, store display, you say? Really? Now, I love store displays because they're one of a kind. Most of the time they're destroyed. No one thought to preserve these. He said that he got them from an ex-employee, but let me turn it around. I should have saved this for the end, but I want to show you right now because it is pretty darn neat. Miniature golf course. Now, this alone, you find a boxed one on eBay, they're $200-300 because it's an obscure thing. But Ninja Turtle collectors, once they get all the figures, they want to get some merchandise. So an acrylic case, which got beat up, dropped, and whatnot, has a really neat backing to it, and it might be a store display, or it could be a promotional advertising where they would take around to toy fairs and kind of build hype for it. Now, I still have to do some repurposing to it. Looks like there was some, what's not super glue, but what's that kind of glue that I'm thinking? Glue. So hot glue pieces have fallen off over the last 20 plus years, way more than 20 years, 30 years now. So hot glue, I need to clean this sucker up. But that was one of the very first buys that I got, which was exciting. What's up from Greece? So it's fun to see those kinds of things. Like, I can almost, if there's one more on this earth, not in a landfill, I would be surprised. So having those special pieces that you don't see every day is fun. I'll repurpose it. I might keep it for a little while. It's colorful. Or I might sell it. I get some passionate Ninja Turtle collector that says, I need this. Hey, I'll move it along to the next home. But I continued my journey. They let us in early, so people were setting up, and we're all buzzing around, looking for that next hit, that next adventure, toys, something, digging through bins. And I got to dig through some bins, and knowledge is power. There are literally thousands of action figures sometimes separated. You don't know what you're looking for. Most of it's junk McDonald's toys, but then you find some really neat gems. So like I picked up 2 of these about 6 months ago. I can't remember his name. Lord Directus. I don't know. It's Lords of Light is the toy line from the early 80s. And I had 2 of them previously, and I found another one. His head was separated, so I had to find the head separately and found it. So I know this is a pretty valuable piece, and it's cool to have, you know, unique pieces like that. All right, back up. I don't want everyone seeing what I have. It's one at a time. How's my audio, by the way, guys? Say something down below if you're watching live. I know it's a little spotty. These aren't as polished as my other videos because there's a little bit lag with Wi-Fi. I don't care. I want to show you right now, live. There's no editing, so let's just get
All good on audio?
Someone said that?
Yes.
Right, cool. Another really
What's the name of the convention?
Oh,
some guy lives in Chicago.
Kane County Toy Show. Kane County Toy Show. It's held twice a year, and it wasn't held earlier this year because of COVID, but they decided it was okay to do it just today. I mean, today was the show, and today is, what's today's date? You remember?
Don't know.
October 25th. October 25th, and it's 2020 in case you're watching years from now. But you can find information on their websites. Now, later runs of the Ninja Turtles, when the line was starting to dwindle, then lower production numbers, people weren't collecting as hardcore. So this is probably, what, 93, I'm going to guess. No, it says 89. No, 93, I'm right. 93, I think they discontinued 93, 94. That's why some of the figures like Hotspot and Scratch are, you know, $500 to $1,000. And this is not as pricey, you know, $225 was what he was asking. But we worked out a bundled deal, and I was able to get it for much cheaper from one of my buddies. Other things, like, I'll probably sell that. Things personal for my collection. Cammy, I don't know what it was about her from the Street Fighter franchise. I loved this character, and they made a figure of her in the early 2000s. I went, you know what? Why not? I need to treat myself and buy something cool. But now I got to get Blanca Vega. And that's the problem with toy collecting. You get one, and then you're like, I need more. I need more. But when you have problems like me with 360 degrees, don't worry, Mom, I'll show you, of toys, the problem becomes, where do you put your items? Like, I do not know where to put things. And if I don't have a spot for it, I don't want to keep it just to keep it. So things kind of leak. My wife calls it leakage, and it goes into the other room in the basement. And I just don't want to be a hoarder. I don't want to own it just to own it. Here. Sorry, my mom's playing.
Says, how did you not go live at Kane County?
Part of the reason I didn't go live was the Wi-Fi connection. I don't want to be too spotty. Plus, I was
shopping.
I wanted to enjoy the experience instead of focusing on filming it and whatnot. And everyone, I mean, I had so many people, probably at least 40 people, come up to me and want to shake my hand, take pictures, and say, hey, I'm from this part of the country. I'm from this other area, and I'm here because of you. I saw your video a couple years ago, or I saw it a couple months ago, and I wanted to be part of this show as well. So literally, people were coming there, and it's special because I don't do these YouTube videos for money. I don't have advertising in my stuff. I do it for my passion of the toy community. And there's so many people that I get to meet, and they're like, I'm your fan. And I'm like, I don't feel like I have fans. Like, I'm one of you guys. I'm in this. I just happen to be documenting it all. And I got to hand out a lot of my stickers. I had a pocket full of my Justice Curry stickers.
I need one for my new car.
Oh, okay. Here, you get one too. I was giving those out to people, and it was funny, and it was a good time. Another thing that I bought early on, animation cells are pretty neat. So these were used in the original cartoon. I have one for Masters of the Universe, but Ghostbusters. Now, subject matter is important. You can find animation cells online. Most of the time, they're about $10 to $15, $20.
Custis Jury.
Custis Jury. No. But subject matter makes a difference and bumps them from the $10, $15 to, you know, upwards up to $100, depending on what scene are being featured. Now you can find Ghostbusters with, you know, Ray running away from it, and it's just him. It's his backside. Okay, who's going to want to frame that? But to find all four Ghostbusters in one scene is truly important, and it's I'll take came with a certificate of authenticity, and I kind of had to pay a little bit more than I wanted to, but finding all four Ghostbusters from a cartoon series that is near and dear to my heart, who cares? You know, it's fun. Digging for things that I don't necessarily need, but I'll buy them to flip. Like, you can't turn down a $20 Zartan. That thigh pad alone is probably worth $20 to $30, and put another thigh pad on there, get some more accessories, and he's reaching upwards to, you know, $80 nowadays. So you have to buy things that you want to flip later. Like one of my buddies from, and if you want to check out his channel, I think he said he's from Italy, and he came up to me. He's like, hey, yeah, I got into toy collecting when I got out of the Italian army 20 years ago, and blah, blah, blah. I watch your channel, and he gave me one of his cards for his channel, LEL, and then TENDA apostrophe S channel.
Make it clear.
He's a really cool guy. I'll put a link to his channel in my description, so if you want to follow him or check out his contact. My wife loves patches, so I picked up one.
Nice.
And then she got the Breaking Bad Los Palos, whatever, and she'll put it on one of her things. Something quite unique that I was able to find, War Duke. So War Duke, if you're I'm not a Dungeons and Dragons guy, but I obviously know War Duke. He's one of the more popular figures, and this was an actual playable figure for the Dungeons and Dragons. The guy must have had a factory case because he had 3 left, and I said, hey, would you make me a deal? You know, he's putting $100 on them, and I'm looking online. I see 3 of them listed, and they're 120 to 150, none sold, but I made a decent deal. I was picking them up for good amount, so I could, you know, flip them, turn a profit. If you need these, hit me up. I'll sell them for less than $100 for you. Also, things that I love, the Cobra Night Landing. This one's a little beat up because the side got ripped out, but for someone that doesn't want to pay $100 for a box, this is a pristine. Who cares about the side? You have this. You want the art of the box is what's more important. So I'll be able to. He had $30 on it, and I was like, that's a freaking good deal. I can, you know, ask 50 and make $20 for my time and photographs and talking with someone, and someone will probably pay for it. And I got the accessories all in there too. My buddy Josh, earlier this year, he was buying from me, and he ended up really wanting my original set of Ghostbusters, not my childhood set. So I sold it to him with the purpose of going, I'll find them again someday. And I did find them again. So it was cool to find a complete set of the vintage Ghostbusters, especially with this freaking not phasers. Oh my gosh, how do you know what the proton packs are?
I made a proton
pack. You did make a proton pack for Halloween. That's very true. These are like dried, uncooked spaghetti. So if you bend them too much, they snap. So the likelihood of finding them is kind of hard these days. So that's why I was very surprised that they had them in a Ziploc baggie with the ghost. Jeez. Really, really neat. Another thing that caught my eye. Check this out, guys. Foreign. You know that I like mint on card. So when you get a full collection of mint on card, U.S. domestic, you start going to the other. Oops, don't worry, I didn't show. You start going to other realms like the Indias and the Argentinas and the Polish ones and the. Should I collect modern or vintage? Bo Kegel, you collect whatever makes you happy. From England, there is no right way to do this. Knockoff figures. So you go down a range of foreign stuff, but that can be very expensive. But when you find a good deal, you cannot pass it up. And the deal on this, let's see, Brazil. Yep, I think this had unique colors than our domestic U.S. version for the eco warriors, but finding things like this, especially foreign carded, are few and far between. Like I got those, what are they called again? Yeah, Forza Fiera, and I'm pronouncing it poorly. I get it, but those are highly sought at and desirable because they came with 4 unique animals that weren't included in our domestic line, which are down here. I don't have the light on. So you got the bear, the kangaroo, you got a tiger back there, and then my kids knocked over one of them. Where is he? Oh yeah, the lion's over there. The lion's right there. So yeah, fun stuff. Another thing that you do not see very often, it's one of the desirable mask collection. Mask is near to dear to me because my childhood included, can you tell my, many of these are my original childhood ones. Now, I didn't own them, but my best friend Josh down the road, he had them. So, you know, we hung out almost every single day, so I played with them at his house. So Mask, near and dear. I have an almost complete set of them, but it gets to that point again where I go, why am I collecting them just to put them in a bin someplace? So I'm slowly getting rid of the other ones, but there was a good price on it. He said that it was complete. I didn't even look in it. I literally bought this for a couple $100 without looking in it because I trusted him. He said it's complete. I glanced at it, went, the box is nice. I never see them boxed, whatever. Weird, unique other things that I like picking up are the kind of knockoff or obscure lines, like the bronze bombers. I think I have a bronze bomber hidden in here. Yeah, there's a carded one. Oh, it might even be the same character. Bronze bomber that I got as a gift many years ago. But the vehicle sets I have not seen come up before. I even looked it up on, of course, everyone's favorite pricing guide, eBay, and I didn't see a sold one. I didn't see a listed one. And typically when you don't see something like that, you know it's got to be valuable. And it's neat because it was, you know, a lot of African American characters, or I think all of them were African American characters. So yeah, it's some neat history associated with that one. The other Dungeons and Dragons one was this dude, the dwarf. Sorry if I'm not seeing all your guys' comments. Should I collect modern? Gotcha. Buy what others want you to buy too. Yeah. Yeah, Marcella's Toy Room. This is my Kane County giant score that I got. Another unique one. I didn't know what the value was, but I went, it's got to be worth at least $15. But the mail away 83 or 82 Cobra Commander, I thought that was cool, so I picked it up. Treating myself. Again, most of this stuff is going to be for sale. So hit me up. Maybe I don't have it. I'll have that happen. Sometimes I'll make a video and 3 years later someone's like, you still have that? I'm like, it's long gone. But if it's within the 3-4 months from right now, and right now it's October 25th 2020, message me, we can make a deal. But things like this and this stay in my personal collection. NECA came out with the RoboCop ED209, freaking fantastic. I think I have the vintage one chilling over here, so it'll be cool to put them up next to each other. Yeah, this one I think took caps, and I had the original box for it in my storage room. Oh, of course. So I stopped at Brad's booth. Brad and I, hung out a lot and got to hang out and help him out. And
Hodges is watching.
Oh, cool.
I want to say something.
Yes.
So I just got a message. Who cares? I just got a message from who's now Mr. Hodges, now formerly Colonel Hodges, is watching you live right now. He just texted me and said you're really excited. And I just wanted to give a shout out to one of the best leaders I ever served under in the Army. It's cool that you're watching, and I learned so much from you.
Can you really stop people while you're sweating?
Enjoy the show.
Just turn around. Turn around. We'll see.
Some of us work out.
Oh, is it not on the back of your
Some
shirt?
of us are at the point in our life where we work out.
Test.
Oh, the P. Yeah, the Pelotron.
Pelotron.
I don't know.
I don't know. The thrill of the hunt, guys. I'm telling you, going into those bins, most of the stuff is priced accordingly. Like stink ores or spike ores, yeah, $15. That's probably what it's worth. And when you buy bundles, a lot of times they'll go, okay, you're buying all these and not coming home with just the junk. I'll give you them for X amount a piece, $7 a piece. So I'm like, okay, I can double my money, have some inventory, whatever. But I love going into bins that are the random bins again, especially beginning of the beginning of the show. It about stopped my heart because I'm in a booth and he had all these figures and he's like, $10 a He-Man figure, and they're all commons except for this variance. Knowledge is power. You have to know what you're looking for. A regular Grizzlor, yeah, 10, 15 bucks, whatever. But a black face Grizzlor jumps the price way up because the production numbers are not made by the millions like the regular brown face Grizzlor. The black face Grizzlor, much smaller production rate. And then you have collectors like me and hundreds of thousands of you around the world that go, I got the regular one, then what? What do I need now? Oh, I want this black face. So you all bid against each other and turns this $10, $15 figure into an $80, $100+ figure. So that was really like, and it makes
Voltron hoodie though.
I have to drive hours and hours and hours. You know, I'll make a profit off this, but I'll take that profit and put it into my gas money, into my hotel money, into buying more toys for myself so I can try to break even and not lose my relationship. Because if you have a problem and you're spending real world money on your toys and not paying your cell phone bills or your rent, you got a serious addiction problem, and you need to start thinking about that and not and controlling and limiting yourself. Some modern ones that I picked up, I know they're recent, they're in the toy store. I've always wanted a vintage Pimp Daddy Destro. There's a good story about it. I won't go into it right now. But they made the
glare.
Oh, here, you turn it.
There you go. Go down a little bit.
I thought it was hilarious. With the new remake, the 6-inch versions that they made of Pimp Daddy, and I'm gonna take him out. Also, the Boba Fett carbonized kind of chromish looking figure is beautiful. And I don't even know don't they go for 20 bucks in the stores? I'm like, I don't have to pay tax, whatever. I'll buy it right here. And I know, I think I paid 30 bucks. So the guy bought it for 20, made his $10, but he still had to pay shipping or find it or whatever. I don't care having people make a little bit of money off me. You guys know that I love Battlecats and Panthers. I rarely sell them. I will if people really want one, but I have literally a gigantic array of Battlecats. Battlecats and Panthers, and this flocking. I mean, most of the flocking, as you can see, gets dim. Kids take them in the water. They leave it outside one night. They play hard with it. This one was not played with hard, and it's really, really rare to find them with decent flocking. Like that one has a decent flocking, and that's why it's in a position of honor on the top up here. So that was cool to get those from my buddy. Almost done. I know I want to talk for hours and hours. I can't. Finding miscellaneous, like, I start picking through this, and the guy's like, dude, just take the whole bag for 10 bucks. And I'm like, all right, I guess. Instead of cherry picking and taking out like the Orko's magic trick coin right there, or the Conquest G.I. Joe burners, or this Sectars or something, taking out cherry pieces, Prince Adam's little vest. I just take the whole bag and then complete my loose figures. Because if you collect toys, you know that the weapons sometimes can be more expensive than the actual figure, because kids lose the weapons. The figure's a lot larger and didn't get sucked up in the vacuum cleaner or whatnot.
Drain.
One of the, what else did I get? I got some other oh yeah, over here. I'm gonna save the Lego set for the last. I'm gonna film these. This box of Sectars, speaking of Sectars, those hand puppets that you could put your hand in that little glove right there and then manipulate the arms of these, like terrain. Oh yes, so awesome. So there was a few Sectars. My friend Jason Boonstra, if you like this line, type in Justice Curry Sectars. and look at one of my past 2 videos. My friend Jason Boonstra has a number of pre-production ones of these. Yeah, here. Oh, it has the mouth. That
finger.
mouth is always broken.
See?
Oh, you got a 97 Pimp Daddy? Oh my gosh, action figure expert. If you ever decide to sell or trade, you let me know, because that's on one of my #1 hunt lists. So that's a really, really, my kids love playing with this. They love when I'm the spider and I chase them. It's
So
super
creepy.
creepy. There's another version right here. The mouth is typically broken. So that's neat. And finding this box, like I was just gonna pick 1 or 2 out, and I'm like, how much? And he's like, buy the whole freaking box for me. I don't want this. Just give me $40. I'm like, I don't know how much they're worth, but I knew they had to be more than $40 for what I was seeing. And my friend Jason said, hey, Justice, this manual itself is exclusive Toys R Us. You can get your $40 back just with this thing. And I'm like, really? Awesome. And I had someone offer me, I think 50 or 60, and I went, no, I kind of want to change out a shelf over there. Oh, hey guys. And put some sectars. I like this line. It's obscure, and plus you don't find them complete like this very often, or in this good a shape. Plus I can put some backgrounds to it. Looks like they cut out the box, the back of the boxes. These really, really, what would you call that? Luminescent wings for this dude right here. So you had 4 wings that could go up and down. So I got an instant collection. Oh yeah, here's the kids playing with him. Hey, where are you now? This kid's probably sitting at a dead-end job. I wish I was still playing with my sectars. I'm sorry. Yeah, someone cut up the back for it. So, oh, here's some kids right there too. Nice. Got a slime pit, but I don't care. I don't want shells. Like, I look for things that don't take up a lot of room. This is always broken. Yeah. Fright Zone, sorry, Fright Zone, not Slime Pit. This is Hordax Zone, the one that I had growing up as a child. It's the only set I had. I didn't have Castle Grayskull, Snake Mountain. I had Fright Zone and Slime Pit. But the reason I bought this was for the hand puppet. The hand puppet dries out and it literally disintegrates. The mouth disintegrates. Finding a decent hand puppet, I bet you this alone is 60, 80 bucks. If I, right now with inflated He-Man, everyone's going He-Man crazy with prices. And I got a feeling the bubble's gonna burst someday, but I bought it for the hand puppet because it's a really good piece. Plus, I think I have the extra pieces around for it. Another thing that you learn when you're a flipper like me, again, I flip so I don't have to spend real world money on this kind of insanity that I buy. But flipping takes a lot of patience. I have to have individual conversations with every single person, but I like that. I don't need all these figures for myself, but sellers realize they don't want to list all this stuff online too, and they know they're probably only going to sell 1 or 2 at the show. So I go, hey, if I buy them all, can we work on a price? And I think we did, and I averaged what, 14 bucks a figure. So I'll be able to maybe average 25 for the figures and be able to return my money and maybe keep some, keep the profit, whatever. And they were decent figures, you know, ones that people still want. Sorry, they're upside down. What I will not sell, though, is the bio ones. I love the Hazard Vipers for whatever reason. And whew, that's a great one, too, the Alley Viper. All right, I'm going to save the last, one of the most exciting pieces for last. And you probably have been like, what is this? I alluded to it, but I haven't talked about it. Store displays. I talked about the Ninja Turtle store display. I have a original He-Man Child's World store display up there, and then another one back here of Indiana Jones when they Lego set. With these kinds of displays that you've seen them at Walmart, you've seen them at the Targets and the old Toys R Us and whatnot, these would be sitting to help buy the individual sets back there. So I don't have to explain too much to you. But what I may have to explain to you is what I may have to explain. The employees, there is a contract by the Lego Corporation and the stores, The Lego says you do not send these home. You can't sell them. The employees can't keep them. You must destroy them when, on such and such date. Like, there is timelines. People can lose their jobs. But of course, when they're scattered by the thousands around to every store, some employees are gonna end up taking them home or making side deals, or who knows. A few of them reach the marketplace, is what I'm trying to say. Not all of them, because they all end up in dumpsters for the most part. So this one caught my eye because it's very hard to find one.
It keeps zooming in. Sorry. Okay,
That's
there we go. Now I'm good.
Okay. It's hard to find them that are early, and this one's from the early 2000s, so almost 20 years old.
It's yellow.
And it's the yellow bricks. So let's dive in and show you. I'm gonna have my light because the light for it needs to be replaced. So you'll see there's a button right there that says press here, and then there's probably some LED lights. So I'm gonna have some problems with, you hold the light, with glare, but I'll definitely show you guys. Follow me on Facebook. If you don't already, go to Justice Curry, hit follow, because I post so many photographs and pictures and videos that I don't share on YouTube. I like to do exclusive content for both of them. But once I get this all shiny and nice and the batteries up there replaced. So this is a really, really neat set. I loved the castle sets growing up. My mother here would buy me some in my mid 80s. Obviously this is after my time, but it's the same kind of genre of the knights, and the knight sets were my favorite. Like, I preferred them over the pirates, over anything else. So to have something like this that only a few of them are in existence is insane. Flipping and scalping are not the same thing anyway. I'm gonna say scalping is more like, and I got buddies that do it. You buy a ton of these at 20 bucks a piece, and they're still in the store, and you sell them for 40, and they're still in the store, but no one can get them because the scalpers are all buying them. So that's a hot topic or hot conversation. But finding something like this and buying it for 200 and turning it into 400, that's called flipping. I'm taking the risk. I'm cleaning it up and taking the time, whatever. But I am not planning on selling this anytime soon unless someone really reaches out to me and is like, I need this because of the XYZ, but I want to enjoy it. So this will not be something that I sell right away. I'm in love with it. I really, really dig it. I like it. It shows the Lego set numbers right there. I mean, the guy, my buddy that was selling this, was actually thinking about taking the sets out and selling them individually on eBay. And I'm like, no, 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 no. The backgrounds, the design, everything about this, it needs to be preserved. But again, space is my issue. So where do I put this? But that's a first world problem that'll be a tomorrow justice problem, not a today problem. Let me turn this around real quick since my mother took an exit real quick. Other fun things, squeeze. I had a great time. Like, a lot of fun people came up to me and were telling me their story. I'll show you a few other pictures of things that I took photographs of that I didn't want to buy. Let me turn this around. So there's my buddy Travis. Pete from My Wife Is Gonna Kill Me podcast. He's my nemesis. We're frenemies, but it's all good. My wife picked up this really, really neat G.I. Joe floor mat for her office. She's a therapist. For my buddy Brad, who was at the show, and Brad was awesome. An undercover Don. You don't see these later in the line. Few were produced with the fabric, and then I think they went over to the molded plastic. Want to take a picture of that? 2,500 bucks. I think it sold. Just a little random video. Kyle. There's my buddy Brad. His toy setup. I took the mask down momentarily. Brendan Fez, I can't say his name correctly, but CAS Grading was there, and they did. Here, let me turn the music down. Sorry, guys. This was the fun school, so the India version, Sergeant Slaughter, different color schemes than the U.S. versions. I think Argentina or Mexican glass I can't remember. Heman, merman with the orange armor and orange weapon. He wanted 200 for it. It sold pretty quickly. I kicked myself for not buying that. One of my buddies out of Michigan that had a really neat old, what is that, 60s Lone Star Batman gun kit. So that was really neat to show. Another thing that you snooze, you lose. I should have bought this Masters of the Galaxy rock playset, only 300 bucks. I didn't buy it because it wasn't complete and it would have bothered me, but I still should have bought it. Ugh. Oh well. This was too neat to not take a photograph of. Granted, it was 80 bucks, but Darth Vader with like a drill hand and C-3PO's head in there with a claw. It's just crazy. I think it was a model or something. A few of my buddies there set up. Again, Brad's booth in the corner of the main room. You know me, I'm ridiculous. Taking pictures. There's stuff like this too. Tin toys, dolls, stuff I don't care about. He-Man, puzzle. On the other side was a puzzle. I didn't buy it. And then some photographs from today. Pete McCarthy, my frenemy. I should show you this. I pranked him by putting the sticker on his back, and he had no idea. And my wife was pretending like she's taking a picture of me and my toy, but actually it was of this. I'll show you what they said. Hold on, let me turn this away in case something comes up. That should not be. My wife is gonna kill me. If you wanna hate me, there's so much propaganda on my wife is gonna kill me that you will end up hating. My internet is going so darn slow. Where is my wife is gonna kill me support group? Okay, here it is. So Pete took that sticker that I put on his back, probably Alex told him, you snitch, and says the only problem with a toy show at the fairgrounds is sometimes you step in dog poo and it gets stuck to your shoe. And they took that sticker and put it on his shoe and pretended it was feces, and 38 people liked it. So all of you 38 people are on my poop list. So that was funny. That was a good getting me back. Early bird sets. So Star Wars early bird. Let me turn this around. Another buddy. I love hearing these stories because it makes me jealous. And yeah, I'll be done. Thank you, camera woman. I love hearing these kinds of stories. My buddy goes, "Hey, Justice, come here. This old man just came in here a half hour ago, and he comes up to my booth, and he said, I'm the original owner of this Star Wars box set," and he pulls out that early bird set. And the early bird set, I don't want to go into it. Watch the Toys That Made Us Star Wars edition. It'll explain what the early bird set, but it's highly collectible. You know, anywhere from 1,000 to 2,500, 1,000 to 3,000. I don't know. They go for a lot of money. And this old man comes up to him and says, would you like to buy this? How about $150? Now my buddy paid more than $150. I don't know how much he paid. That's his business, because he felt bad. The guy didn't know what it really was worth, but he purchased it, and I was ecstatic. It had a double telescoping Luke lightsaber, which is amazing, super rare to have come across. I did throw some money at it, but he wouldn't sell it, and that's fine. He wanted to enjoy it for a little bit longer, but super neat to find things like that. A G.I. Joe proof sheet, a color code sheet. So it has all those colors up there, and it's of the Ram cycle. I thought that was really neat. But you're talking about $1,000. Another buddy had the Castle Grayskull. The castle itself was roached inside, meaning it was barely complete, but it had the box. The box is desirable. I bought it, and then a guy comes up to me and is like, "Hey, I need that, blah, 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 I'll buy it from you." And I ended up I sold it within 10 minutes. I didn't even mean to, but if someone needs it more than I do, I'm going to sell it. I was going to see if I could upgrade my personal one, but I was going to put a complete Castle Grayskull in there and sell it some other time too. There's the what's his name? Jose? I can't. Carlos. Sorry. The Street Fighter Tammy or Cammy. I was gonna buy Faker from that guy. Oh yes, yep. Thanks for the sticker. Oh, you're welcome. I'm glad I got to give those stickers out. How can someone be a vendor at the show like that and not know what some of the stuff is worth? Because there's way too much stuff, and people buy tons and tons of things. And time is your enemy when you sell toys. You money is not your enemy. It's time. Time to sort, clean, price. The droids R2D2. I still want that one, and the C3PO someday. Other people, young fans, a family came up to me and was like, "Can we take a picture with you?" I'm like, "Absolutely." So I give them out my stickers, and it's just cool. My frenemy, Joe B. Everyone's probably seen. If you like GI Joe, you've seen me do a tour at his basement. So we're frenemies. Both have interesting personalities, so clash sometimes. But we put it all aside and took a picture and talked for a little bit. What's up, Curtis? Thundercats is a really cool piece that you don't see very often. Want to take a picture of it. I was thinking about offering them some money, and then I went, where am I going to put this? The Rambo motorized water power machine gun. Another buddy came up from, I believe, Florida. My wife photobombed. Thank you. But it was great talking with you, brother. Let's see. That was all the photographs. Yep, I just wanted to quickly show you that. Yeah, do a video of what you found. So that concludes the Kane County Toy Show. It's amazing how many people came. It was really neat. I know we're dealing with COVID. I already got some hate from my brother, Ron, going, "What are you going out there? You're going to infect yourself," and blah, blah. I'm in law enforcement for a living. I deal with people nonstop. If I'm going to get COVID, I'm going to get it. I'm going to protect myself, not go out of my way to try to get it. But I got enough stresses and insanity in my life where I need my Lord and Savior and my toys and my hobby, my family, to be able to stay a little bit sane in these trying times. So I did go, took precautions, and I don't have to deal with the consequences from people yelling at me. But whatever, that's the doom and gloom. I joke about it now because when I made those Kane County tour videos 3 years ago, I've made multiple ones, did a lot of editing, long hours of footage. Lots of people came there, especially after seeing my video, and then they're doing the early bird paying the $50. I'm like, why did I make that video? I just created competition. So now you got someone going, "Hey, Justice, I'm here because of you, and I found this $200 figure for 50 cents, and I was just right in front of you." I'm like, that could have been mine. And that's the flesh, the sinful side of me thinking that. But in all honesty, when you think about it head on, you go, who cares? Money, toys, that's not the important part. The friendships, God has blessed me immensely. Like, I can't contain all these blessings. God blesses me constantly. So for other people to be blessed is great. Even when I sold that Castle Grayskull, the dude, when he gave me the money, he's like, "Oh, thanks." And I start counting it. He gave me $60 too much. And I'm like, "Dude, you gave me too much money." I gave him back his $60. He's like, "Wow, that's amazing. You gave that back. That's karma." That's not karma. That's doing the right thing, because there's always someone watching. My Lord and Savior is. And you got to do the right thing. I know I get off on tangents, but that's my gift, the gift of speech, motor mouth. Talk, 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 talk. And I got 78 people watching me live. That's awesome. That means I should do these more often, which I will. And I've already talked for 43 minutes. I showed everything that one more thing. I looked over, and this was peeking around the corner. I don't think I have it anymore. And if I do, I'll probably just sell one of them. But looking for those deals again. Whoop, an unpunched, carded foot soldier from the 1988. So the original release ones where they had. Oh no, this is not the original release one. This is the 34, 43 back. I don't remember. But it's the same front. It looks exactly the same as the original release. And there's not a huge price discrepancy or change on it. And he had $100 on it, but he was willing to wheel and deal a little bit because I was buying in bulk. So I'll upgrade my own. if this is better, which I think it is, and then I'll sell the other for, you know, $20, $30 profit. And who cares? That's what makes this hobby support itself. And I had a lot of fun doing it. So thanks, guys, for your love, your support. I'm truly blessed, and I'm glad you guys enjoy watching me and coming up and saying hi at those shows mean a lot. That's fun, because getting messages constantly from people all around the world. Sorry if I'm a little short sometimes, because I got 8 million things going on in my brain, so I can't have long, crazy conversations with everybody. But I try to do my best with answering questions and talking. As long as you know my pet peeve. If you watch my channel, you know my pet peeve. You don't say, "Hey, Justice, how much is this worth?" You figure that stuff. I can't do common stuff. I can't give price advice, because then they'll be like, "Well, Justice Curry said it was $40, and then my name's getting dragged under the thing. So I don't mind helping. I always refer people back to the site called Action Figure Identification. It's through Facebook. If you don't know what the figure is, you take a picture of it with Google Lens. If you have an Android, it'll tell you what the figure is. Or you go to Action Figure Identification and say, "What is this?" And someone will tell you. Don't ask for the price. Then you go to eBay. You type it in. You click these sold listings. You look at bidding value. I don't look at buy it now value. Sometimes that's too inflated. Look at bidding value. Look at something of similar condition. Find the average, thus finding out what your thing is worth. Plus, values go up and down. I can't stay ahead of that wave all the time. So I love you. You guys take care. God bless. Treat everyone well around you. Do the right thing. Bye-bye. Kane County. And how do I turn this off? I don't know. I'm going to turn this off, and I got to go to the bathroom. Bye.